So, lads, the WNBA have done it. They have done it. They have officially fined Sophie Cunningham every podcast episode.
The WNBA just handed Sophie Cunningham her third fine, and this time she's not hiding her strategy anymore. She's literally admitting the league is making her rich every time they try to punish her. What started as disciplinary action has become the most successful accidental marketing campaign in women's basketball history, and the numbers are absolutely insane.
I'm officially 3 for 3 on being fined by the WNBA.
Holy For this? For the pod? Again?
They didn't like my comments on Paige Becker's.
No way.
I didn't even say anything bad.
On the quick whistle?
Sophie dropped the bombshell herself on her podcast, casually announcing she's now 3 for 3 on WNBA fines. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming. She's not complaining, she's celebrating. Each fine has transformed into $1 million boost for her personal brand, turning what should be career-damaging penalties into the best investments she never had to make. The league thinks they're teaching her a lesson, but Sophie's already 10 steps ahead, turning their disciplinary measures into her personal ATM machine.
I love Paige to death. Do not get me wrong. I think, I think she's a hell of a player and, would love to play with her one day. But those refs were giving her every freaking whistle last night. You literally couldn't touch her. And that shit is so annoying to me.
Her latest offense? Saying that Paige Buchers has a good whistle. That's it. Not cursing out officials, not starting fights, not making personal attacks. She complimented a rookie's ability to draw fouls and suddenly found herself writing another check to the league office. The absurdity is so obvious that even casual fans are questioning what exactly the WNBA considers punishable behavior these days.
Whistle last night. You literally couldn't touch her. And that shit is so annoying to me. And if you're gonna do that, then give it to our guards. I just hate the inconsistency.
Meanwhile, other players have done far worse without facing any consequences. Angel Reese openly criticized officiating in official press conferences, calling out specific whistles and referee decisions. No fine. Kelsey Plum has literally stopped mid-interview to complain about calls. Still no financial penalty. Even coaches like Stephanie White have lost their minds over officiating after games where their star players took questionable hits. The league's response? Complete silence. But Sophie mentions Paige's whistle in a positive light, and suddenly the disciplinary hammer comes down hard. The most brilliant part of Sophie's approach is how she's weaponized these fines into pure marketing genius. Her first penalty was $400 for getting ejected and earning the league's bad girl label. Within hours, her jersey became the hottest commodity in women's basketball, selling out completely overnight. Fans who had never heard her name before were suddenly scrambling to buy her merchandise, turning a disciplinary action into an instant revenue generator.
We were talking about, our first week, what people had to say. Well, the WNBA fined me for talking about the refs.
No!
Everyone's like, what is going on with the refs? And I'm like, I don't know. And you finding me $500 is not going to do shit.
You got fined for episode 1?
Dude, they fined me $1,500. I'm like, what? I'm like, this is just the beginning. I was like, you're kidding.
Oh, way. It's cool for the pod, but that's kind of a bar. Do they put this is why you're being fined and this is why it's this much? Or is it hey, quit talking shit on us, Venmo us $1,500?
No. What happens is they email our GM. She pulls me aside and she goes, come here, Soph, I have to talk to you. And this was in front of everybody. And I was like, what did I do now? And she just smiled and she goes, hey, they're going to fine you again. I was like, I even told them, I even credited them that their job was hard. I'm not saying that your job is easy. I did say that. And I said that I would not be good at it. Look at the whole picture. What are we doing? And then I'll get fined for that. And then I'll get fined for this. And then the fines continue. Yeah.
That jersey explosion wasn't just luck, it was the beginning of Sophie's transformation from role player to household name. The WNBA thought they were making an example of her, but instead they created their most marketable personality by accident. Suddenly, every major sports retailer was restocking her gear, and fans were wearing her number as a badge of rebellion against the league's obvious favoritism.
But why?
They are not protecting their players. Nobody's going to watch this if you're not protecting your star player. You're not protecting your players, period. But particularly your star players. No one's going to watch this. People are watching it because of Caitlin Clark, and then even more because of Sophie Cunningham. And if you're going to just hang them out to dry, then, good heavens. And then what? Reese is out. Angel Reese is out too. Is she coming back to WNBA? That's a big question. Nobody's going to watch this anymore because they don't protect their players. It's a worthless organization. They have no idea how to protect their players. But, oh man, they're going to bitch and moan. Well, you better pay us the money. For what? You can't even protect your star players that draw the eyeballs. Now nobody's watching. Nobody's going to watch to see the star players sitting out with injuries because of poor treatment and poor officiating on the sides. Nobody's going to watch that. That's so dumb. I hate it because, man, they had a hot streak, and now look.
Her social media numbers tell an even crazier story. Before the fines started rolling in, Sophie had around 300,000 TikTok followers. After her third penalty, that number exploded past 1 million, with each disciplinary action triggering massive follower spikes. Brand deals started pouring in from companies who saw her rebellious image as perfect for their marketing campaigns. What should have been career damage became career-defining success. The contrast with how Paige Buchers gets treated is absolutely mind-blowing. Paige can physically shove Sophie during games, and somehow Sophie gets called for the foul. The rookie has developed this untouchable status where she can jaw with referees, throw her hands up in frustration, and engage in physical play that would get other players ejected. Yet somehow she escapes every game without a single technical foul or disciplinary action. Even more shocking is how the league treats their biggest star, Caitlin Clark. The player who single-handedly saved WNBA ratings gets the complete opposite protection from what Paige receives. Caitlin can get her eye poked, her face slapped, or be grabbed and shoved throughout entire games, yet she's the one who ends up with technical fouls. Remember that infamous moment where she walked off the court holding her face after getting poked in the eye, and the referees still called the foul against her? That's the level of backwards officiating we're dealing with. Sophie's fans have turned this situation into pure entertainment gold. Every time Paige's supporters flood her social media with hate comments, those interactions boost her engagement numbers through the roof. The sports media's role in this circus has been equally revealing. Instead of asking tough questions about why officiating seems so inconsistent, or why certain players get protected while others face constant scrutiny, many reporters act more like league publicity agents than actual journalists. They laugh off obvious favoritism, downplay questionable calls, and avoid addressing the elephant in the room that the WNBA's disciplinary system appears completely arbitrary. What makes this whole situation even more bizarre is how completely the WNBA's strategy has backfired. They wanted to silence Sophie by hitting her wallet, but every fine just makes her louder and more profitable. They tried to make her an example, but she became their most interesting personality instead. They attempted to discourage criticism, but created a player who's built her entire brand around calling out their inconsistencies. The league has essentially created their own worst nightmare, a player who benefits from their punishment system and uses it as fuel for even more criticism. The psychology behind Sophie's success reveals something fascinating about modern sports marketing. She's discovered that being the villain can be more profitable than being the hero, especially when the league keeps providing her with free publicity through their disciplinary actions. Every time they hand down a fine, they're essentially buying her advertising space across every major sports media platform. Her name trends on social media, sports podcasts dissect the controversy, and casual fans who never heard of her suddenly know exactly who Sophie Cunningham is. Sophie's approach to handling these fines shows incredible business savvy that most athletes completely miss. Instead of staying quiet and paying the penalties privately, she turns each one into content gold. She jokes about it on social media, discusses it openly on podcasts, and even creates TikToks about the experience. What should be embarrassing career low points become highlight reel moments that generate millions of views and engagement. She's essentially turned the WNBA's punishment system into her personal content creation machine. The timing of these fines also reveals something suspicious about the league's priorities. While Sophie gets penalized for mild criticism, the WNBA seems to ignore much more serious issues affecting their product. Players are getting injured from questionable plays, star attractions like Caitlin Clark are taking unnecessary physical abuse, and officiating inconsistencies are driving fans crazy. Yet somehow Sophie's podcast comments are what demands immediate disciplinary action from league headquarters. The fan reaction to Sophie's situation has created an unexpected divide that's actually helping her brand grow even faster. Traditional WNBA fans who worship players like Paige Beakers see Sophie as a troublemaker who needs to be silenced. But younger fans and social media audiences love her rebellious attitude and willingness to speak truth about the league's problems. This generational split means she's capturing an audience that the WNBA has struggled to reach, making her incredibly valuable to brands targeting that demographic. Perhaps the most revealing aspect of this entire controversy is how it exposes the WNBA's desperation to maintain control over their narrative. They're so concerned with players staying quiet and following their script that they're willing to create negative publicity for their own league just to make a point. Every Sophie Cunningham find generates headlines about WNBA dysfunction, referee bias, and league favoritism. Exactly the kind of stories they should want to avoid. But their need to flex their authority apparently outweighs their desire for positive press coverage.